Yeah, so I will probably record some more streams today. I'm sorry, I was just looking how I can mm, adjust my settings maybe to get rid of the German card symbols, the D and the B for Queen and Jack, but not seeing that all that quickly. I don't think it matters all that much to be honest. I mean, you can see it from the order and also the context. Which card is which, although I see that it is a bit annoying to my English viewers, and I will look it up tomorrow, I guess. But let's do head number B-16 now. So we have a normal force-paid contract and no clues from the opponent's bidding, which seems reasonable. So let's look at this hand from whose perspective shall we look? From maybe from North's this time. We looked from South's perspective often enough. And usually I go to the hand which has the longer trump suit, but in this case the trump suits are equally long. So let's declare North the master hand for now. So we have no losers in trumps, no losers in hearts, potentially 2 losers in clubs. No, 3 losers in clubs, but the third we can ruff, of course. So I'm counting this as 2 losers in both hands, and in diamonds there are also 2 potential losers. So this actually seems quite good. For us. I mean, we can adjourn our thing a little bit since we just need to follow suit from dummy. Okay, but at this point we can't adjourn it any longer. So of course we could just win the ace and draw trumps and maybe ruff a heart in order to prevent them from returning further hearts. I think that is sort of the standard thing to do here. But then we need to find a way to guarantee the contract. I mean, the chance that this contract is going to fail is not high. So what would need to happen in order for the contract to even fail? One thing that needs to happen is easily to have the king of clubs. So the club finesse fails. Then clubs also need to not split 3 and 3, since if clubs split 3 and 3, we can just play 3 rounds of clubs, no matter how many tricks we actually lose, I suppose. And yeah, and then the last club in dummy will become good, and we can pitch one of our diamond losers on that, also securing the contract. And then in the diamond suit, actually, West would need to have both the queen and the king of diamonds, since, well, we can ruff twice from dummy side, and we can finesse twice. I'm sorry, it's late here in Germany. But we can finesse twice in diamonds, and if either the queen or the king is with east, we're also fine. So we need to have sort of a streak of terribly bad luck for this to fail. But of course, in bridge, nothing is guaranteed, and even a contract which is 80% likely to succeed is not really enough when you can possibly even guarantee the contract, or at least further improve your chance of succeeding to 90 or 95%. So I'm already looking for possible end play scenarios, since the contract is absolutely secure if either West at some point is forced to lead a diamond, or East at some point is forced to lead a club. If either of those scenarios happen, the contract cannot fail. So my natural instinct would be to just win this trick with the ace of hearts, and then ruff a heart in dummy. So I want to do that immediately, so the opponents can never return a further heart without allowing a ruff and discard, which of course would make our contract easy. And then I want to end up in south, presumably, and presumably start with the club suit. Like maybe finessing clubs, or maybe not. I am not very positive it will succeed anyway if I try it. I would much rather lose the trick to West than to East, actually, since I don't want to be making guesses in the diamond suit just yet, and East can safely lead a diamond. West can never lead diamonds without giving us the contract, basically. So if on my four of clubs West plays like the Jack, I'm pretty confident to just let that one go, actually, because we will lose a club trick anyway. We can't really avoid it. And I'd much rather lose it to West than East at that point. Maybe I would even give West two club tricks if he turns up with like the Jack and 10 of clubs. I don't think I would even try the finesse at that point. Because of course, if East ever plays the king of clubs without us having to invest our queen, then the contract is also safe, since we can pitch a diamond under the ace queen of clubs in that case. So there are many possibilities for this, which of course also means we need to be extra careful about it. Can we let East return a diamond once? I think we can do it once, because if East plays a low diamond, we can finesse. We can play the 10 or the Jack and just keep the flexibility in our hand, so we have two sequences in diamond. And by playing from the longer one, we keep the flexibility, which is always a rule of thumb that I try to follow. West will probably win that trick with the queen or the king. And then he cannot return a further diamond once again. At that point, I will have ruffed my remaining heart from hand, so they can never return a heart. So West must return a club. If he even has one at that point. See, that's actually the interesting thing. If I just play the ace of clubs and exit a club, not try to do anything fancy in clubs, just play the ace and exit with the five of clubs, let's say. Then I think whoever wins that trick is in sort of a predicament. Like if East wins the trick and plays a club back, well, he surely develops our queen of clubs in dummy. No matter if he plays the king back or a low club. Because dummy is in fourth hand. So that's 100% for us. If East wins the trick and we turn a diamond, in that case I would finesse, play the 10 or the jack, giving West the trick with his queen or king of diamonds. And West, I think, is in the same predicament. Like, West cannot return another round of diamonds, or he would give me my final trick. West, and if West, well, if either of them returns a heart, we have a rough and discard every there. And if West returns another round of clubs, yeah, that's the thing. I've already played 2 rounds of clubs. So we play West for the king of clubs. We just assume West has the king of clubs. If West plays a club, and so if he plays the king, we can play our last small club. And if West plays a low club, we take the queen. And well, either East wins the king, but in that case, we're there, since that would automatically imply now that clubs split 3 and 3. And our final club in dummy will be good. Of course, we need to reach it, so we need the ace of trumps at that point. So we cannot use the ace of trumps to draw trumps. Very, very important. But well, if East wins our queen, then with the king, that automatically means club split 3-3, because each of the defenders then will have shown 3 clubs. And well, if West plays a club and East doesn't have, if West has the king and the small club, well, if West plays a club, then once again he develops our queen. And he can never play a diamond. Okay, so I actually think this contract is 100% at this point. As maybe snobbish as it may sound, but I don't see any chance of failing. I mean, yeah, we could possibly fail if one opponent turned out with a singleton heart, but that would imply the other opponent had 9 hearts and would have bid it at some stage. So I'm not even considering that possibility. So we will just win the ace of hearts. I can draw 1 round of trumps immediately, I guess. Yeah. So there's 1 trump outstanding, but since I want to end up in south anyway, I will do that on the way back. I will draw that final trump on the way back and first rough my heart. That's part of the plan, of course, so no opponent can return hearts. Then I play a small trump and return to south's hand. In the process, I draw the final trump. And now my plan was to just play, don't do anything fancy with finessing or ducking something. Just play the ace of clubs and exit the club. And I think, yeah, the opponents are on lead now. East cannot return clubs, so he switches to diamonds. We will finesse and let West win this trick. Yes. And now West cannot return diamonds from his side, so he will have to switch back to clubs. And now we win the queen. And either the queen holds, in which case we're there, or East plays the king, but that would then imply that both defenders started with 3 clubs, which they have already played, so the 6 of clubs becomes a winner, and we can pitch the jack of diamonds on that. This hand wasn't too bad, actually. We just needed to keep track of which opponent can possibly return which suit. Yeah, now we just win the ace, we cross to the ace of trumps, and our 6 of clubs gives us our final discard. Alright, wasn't too bad. Let's see the solution. So this hand was a little bit about temptation, I suppose, since it was very tempting to try different finesses or ducking techniques, but the safest approach, which was, well, in my opinion, absolutely 100% sure that we make our contract this way, was to not do anything of that kind. Just play like possibly a beginner would play. Play the ace and exit. And the opponent just can in the long term not return the right suit. Yeah, draw 2 rounds of trumps. Also, we didn't even need to cross back to south. I assumed that I wanted to play clubs from south side, but that wasn't even necessary, actually. We could have just drawn trumps from south, ruffed our heart, and then play the ace of clubs and exit the club. And it doesn't matter who wins. Like, if East wins, he cannot return clubs, so he must switch to diamonds. West will win that, but West cannot return diamonds, so he has to switch back to clubs. But in that case, it's already the 3rd club trick, meaning that, well, either East doesn't have a club anymore, in which case our queen in dummy is good, or otherwise, if East does have the king of clubs, well, then clubs split 3-3, and that means the final club in dummy is a winner and gives us the discard for our final diamond loser. Yeah, we finesse, West is end played. Or East would have been end played, or the opponents just couldn't keep this up for long enough. And that's actually a very, very important strategy, I think. If you have multiple suits with multiple finesse positions, and you play in a trump contract especially, it is often not a terrible idea to just give your opponents the lead and let's say to them like let's see what you can do, right? Because if they play such a suit, then very easily they can develop an extra trick for you. Which is what we did in this case. We had finesse positions in both clubs and diamonds, and then just said to the opponents, alright, now it's your turn. Alright, I will record a further hand today, but I will do that on a separate video. See you soon.